You can hear it before you see it, the sound of ragged, wet breathing just inches from your ear, though you are standing completely alone in the center of the clearing. The air has turned unnaturally cold, turning your breath into a ghostly mist that swirls around your face. You shouldn't have come here. The locals warned you that the veil is thin where the old oak stands, and right now, something is pushing through from the other side. This is not a ghost, and it is not a memory. It is the wicked spirit, a force of pure malice that has waited centuries for a soul to wander too far into its domain. To understand the terror of tonight, we must go back nearly 300 years to a time when this forest was vibrant and full of life. Legend says a man lived on the outskirts of the village, a healer who was wrongly accused of dark arts when a mysterious blight took the crops. Driven by fear and ignorance, the villagers chased him into these very woods, intending to settle the matter with fire and rope. But the healer did not die a simple death. In his final moments of agony and betrayal, he whispered a curse that curdled the soil and turned the sky a bruised purple. He offered his soul to the shadows in exchange for a vengeance that would outlast the village itself. And thus, the wicked spirit was born from the ashes of a broken man. Since that fateful night, the woods have changed. The trees no longer grow toward the sun. They twist and coil like snakes, their bark black as obsidian. Birds do not sing here, and the silence is so heavy it feels like a physical weight against your chest. Travelers speak of seeing a tall, elongated figure standing perfectly still among the pines, its limbs too long and its movements too fluid to be human. They call it the Watcher of the Woods, the first manifestation of the spirit's hunger. If you see it, you are already marked. It doesn't hunt for food. It hunts for the vibration of your panic, savoring the way your heart hammers against your ribs like a trapped bird. Now, as you stand in the clearing, the silence is broken by a low, rhythmic thumping, like a drum beating beneath the ground. The ground beneath your boots begins to tremble, and you realize the thumping isn't a drum. It's the heartbeat of the forest itself, synchronized with the spirit's awakening. Suddenly, the fog thickens, turning from a translucent gray to an opaque, suffocating white. You can no longer see the path you took to get here. You are trapped in a pocket of reality where the laws of physics start to unravel. The trees seem to lean closer, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers to snag your clothes. You realize that the wicked spirit isn't just in the woods. The spirit is the woods. A voice begins to whisper, not in your ears, but directly inside your mind. It's 1,000 voices speaking at once, the voices of everyone who has ever been lost in these woods. They aren't asking for help, they are laughing. It's a dry, rattling sound that makes your skin crawl. You try to cover your ears, but the sound only grows louder, vibrating through your skull. The wicked spirit feeds on your memories, pulling out your deepest regrets and showing them to you in the flickering shadows. You see faces of people you haven't thought of in years, their expressions twisted into masks of judgment. The spirit is breaking you down, stripping away your sanity before it claims what remains of your life.
Suddenly, you spot something on the ground, a small rusted iron locket half buried in the dirt. You pick it up, and a jolt of ice-cold energy shoots up your arm. This was the healer's only possession, a gift from the daughter he lost to the blight. It is the one tether of humanity left in this cursed place. For a moment, the whispers stop. The air clears just enough for you to see a dilapidated cabin a few yards away, its wooden beams rotting and its windows shattered like broken teeth. This is where it all began. The spirit's power is strongest there, but perhaps so is its weakness. You have no choice but to move toward the darkness, the locket vibrating in your palm like a dying heart.
Inside the cabin, the stench of decay is overwhelming. The floorboards groan under your weight, sounding like a chorus of dying groans. On the walls, strange symbols have been carved into the wood, weeping a thick, black sap that looks suspiciously like blood. You reach the center of the room, and the door slams shut behind you with a force that shakes the entire structure. There is no handle. There is no escape. The temperature drops so fast that frost begins to crawl across the walls in jagged patterns. In the corner of the room, the shadows begin to pool together, rising from the floor like black ink, forming the shape of a man, but one far too tall and far too thin. The entity steps forward, and you finally see its face. It has no eyes, only two pits of infinite darkness, and a mouth that stretches too wide, filled with needle-like teeth. It doesn't move like a living thing. It stutters through space, appearing a foot closer every time you blink. You hold out the locket, your hand shaking so violently you nearly drop it. You scream for it to stop, to find peace, but the spirit only tilts its head with a sickening crack of bone. It isn't looking for peace. It's looking for the light that still exists inside you, the hope that it lost centuries ago. The locket begins to glow with a pale, sickly light, acting as a shield between you and the encroaching void. The light from the locket seems to burn its shadow flesh, peeling away layers of darkness to reveal the tormented man underneath. You see the healer's face, etched with 3 centuries of pain and loneliness. He reaches out a hand, not to attack, but to touch the locket one last time. As his fingers brush the metal, a wave of energy blasts through the cabin, shattering the remaining windows and throwing you against the far wall. The world turns into a blinding flash of white and gray. You feel a sensation of falling, as if the floor has vanished, leaving you suspended in a vacuum of sound and light. When you wake up, the sun is just beginning to peek over the horizon, casting long, golden shadows across the forest floor. The cabin is gone. In its place is nothing but an ancient, charred circle of earth where nothing grows. You are lying near the old oak tree, the rusted locket still clutched in your hand, but it is now cold and lifeless. The heavy atmosphere has lifted, replaced by the mundane sounds of morning birds and the rustle of wind through the leaves. You survived, but as you look at your reflection in a nearby puddle, you notice something different. Your eyes, they seem just a little darker, a little more hollow. The wicked spirit didn't leave. It just found a new place to hide. Some say the legend of the wicked spirit is just a story told to keep children from wandering into the woods at night. But you know the truth. You know that the darkness is patient and that it never truly disappears. It only waits for the next curious soul to come looking for answers. The forest is quiet now, but the scars on the trees remain, and the memory of that wet, ragged breathing will haunt your dreams for the rest of your life. Every time you walk past a dark hallway or see a shadow move out of the corner of your eye, you'll wonder if the healer's curse is finally reaching out for you again. Sleep well tonight, if you can. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of darkness. Legends like these remind us that the past is never truly buried. If you enjoyed this dive into the legend of the wicked spirit, please let us know in the comments. Have you ever felt a presence in the woods that you couldn't explain? We love hearing your personal stories of the paranormal. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly explorations into the unknown. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe out there, and remember, don't go looking for what's hidden in the shadows.